So I've got kind of a unique perspective on real estate and money in general, and it's kind of a tin hat approach. So if you're willing to entertain something for me for a minute, keep listening. I'll keep it short as I can. If you're like, no, I'm just gonna do everything the conventional way, conventional wisdom, then go somewhere else. We have the premise of this belief is that as time goes on, the dollar will become less valuable. And that premise is firmly founded based on the past 112 years at the time of this recording, from the creation of the Federal Reserve, period. And I'm not going to go into that. There's an entire book, Creature of Jekyll Island. Read it. You can have ChatGPT overview it for you, but it's pretty historically accurate that the dollar buys less every year. And so with that understanding, whatever you're buying today, and real estate is a strong hedge against that. So whatever you're buying today, and not just real estate, there's other appreciating assets, right? Some people are into gold, silver. I was in that game for many years. Just not my flavor anymore. It's such a bad taste in my mouth. But it will outperform inflation, or at very least keep up with inflation. So real estate is an appreciating asset, and it's a necessity. No one is like out there living their life, and I'm out of Detroit Metro, Wayne County, Monroe County. No one's out there living their life like, yeah, I need gold bars to live. No one's out there like that. Silver bars, coins. No one's out there. Those are for the general public. Those are like luxury kind of items. It's not even really in their thought process. But everyone, you talk to everyone, a lot of people want to buy a home. Far majority want to buy a home. So that's a necessity, and you need it, right? Especially in Michigan, we are just on the tail end. It's like coming up on March here. We're on the tail end of our winter, and it's March. So like you need a home. Dollar goes down. Homes are necessity based, and so whatever. And in turn, since the dollar buys less, your income as you age will and should increase, not only because the minimum wage and cost of everything. I mean, in the past 5 years, I think the minimum wage right now at the time of this recording is still something like maybe $10.50 or $11. But the practical minimum wage is like $16. No one is getting up off their couch for less than $16. 4 or 5 years ago, we have a summer camp that we hire. We hire a lot of like young college students and things. Our first year in 2020, sound familiar year to you? First year of 2020, we hired coaches for like $10.50, $11 an hour. Now I won't even put an ad out for less than like 16, right? So that's a 50% increase in just about maybe 45 in 4 years. So whatever you're buying today, understand that you're locked in at that mortgage. Don't get an adjustable rate mortgage, but you're locked in at that rate. You're locked in at that. Your payment is your payment is your payment. Doesn't change unless you refinance. And so that's a fixed payment, and it stays there. Now you should be earning more money, and the cost of everything else will go up, but not the cost of your home. If you were to rent, the cost of your rent would certainly go up, but not your home. And in turn, so while you're paying that same dollar and you're increasing more value, collecting more dollars because they go down in value. It's not like, you're collecting more dollars. In turn, the value of your home is going up. So now you're collecting more dollars, your income increases, you have a little bit more expendable income. Don't buy it on dumb shit like a car. I was reading on a Facebook page, these people have $500, $600, $700, $800, $900, $1000, $1,100 car notes. Like for some souped up Chevy truck. That's stupid. I don't want it. Like I'm hopefully he has a house, because if not, like that's dumb. That's really dumb. And so those are depreciating assets. So as you go into these things and understand your price is fixed, the mortgage is fixed, over time, I mean I believe the hardest period to own a home is the first 4 or 5 years, because that's where you're going to see a lot of the stuff coming in, a lot of like, it's new to home ownership. You're like, there's a lot going on with it. But after 4 or 5 years, it's just something that you pay, and your income increases in 5 years. Like if you talk to anyone, I would imagine everyone got some form of a pay increase in the past 5 years. No one is making what they made 4 or 5 years ago. So they have a lot more expendable income. And so if it's kind of tight right now, and I'm saying tight within like maybe you got to find $100. I'm not saying find $800 if you're that far off. Like put yourself in a better position to buy. Still got to make sure you're buying. But like if you're like, yeah, I don't know, it's $100 more. $100? You know what costs $100? 2 trips to Qdoba with you and your boy. That's what costs $100. So all of these things, like I said, it's kind of a tin hat approach to it, but keep it in mind. So that's fixed now. So you're locked in at a rate, knowing that real estate historically appreciates very well, and the dollar depreciates, goes down in value very poorly. That's a safety hedge, so that when you look down the road, it's not uncommon to find people who have $300,000, $400,000, $500,000 in equity for a house that they bought for $300,000-$400,000 a couple decades ago. So keep that in mind. Take it with you. Well, if you have any questions, love chatting about this stuff. Hit me up.